This turboprop was born in 1965, and it still lands places no other aircraft on Earth dares to go. Today we explore the Viking Air DHC-6 Twin Otter 400, the world's ultimate bush plane, Reborn. Technical specifications. Manufacturer, Viking Air Limited, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Original designer, Havilland Canada, 1965. Reborn by Viking Air, 2010+. Model series, Series 400, current production variant. Aircraft type, twin-engine STOL utility/commuter turboprop. First delivery, Viking Series 400, 2010 to present. Engines, 2x Pratt & Whitney Canada, PT6A-34 turboprop. Engine power, 620 shaft horsepower each, 1,240 shaft horsepower total. Max speed, 182 knots, 337 kilometers per hour. TAS, cruise speed, 150 knots, 278 kilometers per hour, typical. Range 915 nautical miles, 1,695 kilometers. Standard fuel. Service ceiling, 25,000 feet. Runway. Required, less than 600 feet, 183 meters. Paved, grass, gravel, water, snow. Passengers, up to 19 passengers, standard commuter config. Float plane. Option, yes, whip line. 13,000 amphibious floats available. Ski option, yes. Full ski landing gear for Arctic operations. Estimated price, new, approximately $7 to $8.5 million US, 2026. Segment 01, Legacy and Viking Air Rebirth. The story begins in 1965 at de Havilland Canada's factory in Toronto. Engineers there had one goal: build a tough twin-engine plane that could land absolutely anywhere. They called it the DHC-6 Twin Otter. By 1988, de Havilland Canada had delivered 844 aircraft to operators in over 80 countries. It was an icon. But then production stopped, and for over 20 years, the world waited. In 2007, a Canadian company called Viking Air purchased all type certificates for the classic de Havilland Canada aircraft. Their plan was bold: bring the Twin Otter back to production, completely modernized. In 2010, the Series 400 rolled off the line in Victoria, British Columbia. Same legendary airframe, new Pratt & Whitney PT6A-34 engines, glass cockpit, full fly-by-wire compatible avionics, and a structural airframe rated for the harshest environments on Earth. The legend had returned, and it was better than ever. Segment 02, Exterior Design and STOL Features. Let's walk around the Twin Otter 400 and understand what makes this airframe so special. The high-wing strut-brace design gives pilots an unobstructed view straight down to the terrain below, critical when landing on narrow strips or shorelines. The full-span double-slotted flaps are enormous relative to the wing chord. When deployed, they create massive additional lift at very low airspeeds. That is the secret behind that jaw-dropping short-field performance. The fixed tricycle undercarriage looks simple, but it is engineered for abuse. The main gear can absorb brutal landings on boulder-strewn strips, compacted snow, and waterlogged grass. And then there is the nose. That distinctive long slope nose houses the nose gear and provides exceptional forward visibility on the ground. Pilots love it. Optional floats, amphibious floats, straight skis, and tundra tires can all be fitted, turning one aircraft into four completely different machines. Segment 03, Cockpit and Avionics. Step into the cockpit and the Series 400 greets you with a completely modernized flight deck. The heart of the system is the Garmin G950 integrated avionics suite. 3 large multifunction displays replace the steam gauges of the classic Twin Otter entirely. Electronic engine instruments, synthetic vision terrain awareness, ADS-B traffic, and a full IFR-certified navigation suite are all standard. The cockpit is designed for 2-pilot operations, but the systems are straightforward enough for highly experienced single-pilot ferry flights and operator training programs. Viking also incorporated EFIS compatibility and provisions for satellite communications, so the Twin Otter 400 can be equipped for medevac operations, maritime patrol, or skydiving missions with equal ease. Segment 04, Cabin Configurations. Now let's talk about the cabin, and this is where the Twin Otter truly proves it is in a class of its own. The standard commuter layout seats 19 passengers in a no-frills high-density configuration. Every seat has a window. Headroom is generous for a turboprop of this size, but Viking designed the airframe for rapid reconfiguration. The same aircraft can serve as a 19-seat commuter airliner for island hopping, a 3-stretcher medical evacuation aircraft, a cargo freighter with full belly access, a skydiving jump aircraft with rear door modification, a maritime patrol and surveillance platform, a VIP executive transport in luxury configuration. No other aircraft in this class offers this range of roles in a single airframe. Segment 05, PT-6. Engines and performance power comes from two Pratt & Whitney Canada PT-6A 34 turboprop engines, each producing 620 shaft horsepower, driving a 3-blade Hartzell reversible pitch propeller. The PT-6A family is the most proven turboprop engine in history, with over 200 million flight hours logged worldwide. Operators trust it because it works in jungles, deserts, the Arctic, and everywhere in between. The reversible pitch propellers are a game-changer for short-field operations. On landing rollout, the props can be reversed to create aerodynamic braking, bringing the aircraft to a stop in a shockingly short distance. Performance numbers: maximum speed of 182 knots, cruise at 150 knots, range of 915 nautical miles. The service ceiling is 25,000 feet, well above most weather systems. But the number everyone talks about is the takeoff roll, under 600 feet. On a calm day with full flaps, the Twin Otter 400 leaps into the air faster than most people can believe. Segment 6, where it lands: water, ice, and dirt. Here is what truly separates the Twin Otter from every other turboprop in production today, where it can operate. On amphibious floats, it becomes a seaplane capable of operating from glassy lakes, coastal inlets, or open ocean swells. The Maldives, the Seychelles, Fiji, entire tourism economies depend on the Twin Otter floatplane to connect their remote island resorts. On straight skis, it operates from glacier surfaces and tundra ice strips at temperatures far below freezing. Antarctica research programs use the Twin Otter regularly. It is one of the very few aircraft certified and proven for Antarctic operations. On tundra tires, it rolls across rocky beaches, soft peat bogs, and riverside sandbars in Alaska and northern Canada. And on a paved runway, it still lands under 600 feet. This aircraft makes other turboprops look limited. The Twin Otter has operated on every continent on Earth, including Antarctica. That is a claim almost no other production aircraft can make. Segment 7, who operates the Twin Otter 400? So who is actually flying the DHC-6 Twin Otter 400 today? The answer spans the entire globe. Island-hopping airlines in the Maldives, Seychelles, Fiji, and the Caribbean rely on floatplane-equipped Twin Otters to connect remote island resorts. Trans-Maldivian Airways operates the world's largest seaplane fleet, mostly Twin Otters. In Alaska and northern Canada, bush operators like Raven Alaska and Northern Air Transport depend on the Twin Otter for critical community supply missions to villages with no road access. Military operators, including the United States Army, British Army, and armed forces of over 20 other nations, use the Twin Otter for parachute operations, surveillance, and utility transport. Antarctic research programs operated by the British Antarctic Survey and multiple national science agencies fly the Twin Otter as their primary field aircraft. And then there are the skydiving operations. The Twin Otter is the world's most popular jump aircraft, beloved by drop zones on every continent for its reliable climb rate and spacious cabin. As of 2024, Viking Air has delivered over 130 Series 400 aircraft, and orders continue to arrive from operators who simply cannot find anything else that does what the Twin Otter does. Finally, the Viking Air DHC-6 Twin Otter Series 400 is not just a great aircraft. It is an essential piece of human infrastructure. It connects hospitals to remote patients. It delivers food to communities cut off by geography. It enables science in the most hostile environment on Earth. It gives skydivers a reliable way to reach altitude. And it does all of this from surfaces that would stop any other aircraft cold. When de Havilland Canada first designed the Twin Otter in 1965, they had no idea it would still be in production 60 years later. Viking Air understood something the rest of the industry did not. Some aircraft are simply irreplaceable. If you love this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe. Every week we break down the most remarkable aircraft in the world, and you do not want to miss a single one. Drop a comment. Where in the world would you want to fly a Twin Otter? See you in the next one.